Do it.
Do that again.
Do it.
Oh, I just broke my wrist. Ah! I'm brittle. Mama told me to drink my milk.
Mighty Pie County cold. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Into the Music, where we do two things: improvise our intros and listen to music. So I'm here with Greg. I'm Andy, and I've got a tune for Greg. Greg, are you interested?
I'm ready, man. I am interested.
Excellent.
Bring it.
Got him hooked. All right. What are your thoughts on neo-traditional country, bluegrass, and folk music?
Oh, well, I've given some of that thought, and yeah. What the hell is you doing? You don't know William F. Buckley? Not that everybody doesn't know him. Yeah, I think that might be cool. It's different. I don't think I really had a lot of. I have a little bit of some bluesgrass. Not that you said that, but some country, some this, that, sprinkled in throughout the Into the Music catalog, but not a lot of it. Is that
okay?
Is that
well,
what
hopefully I can
about?
sprinkle
like a country kind of sound, like a country.
Yeah. But again, I think the term neo-traditional, which it does sound like a really pretentious way of saying back to the basics, essentially. So we turn on the radio. If you happen to have a country music that station in your area, you land on it. Forgive me, this is an opinion, and you can eviscerate me in the comments if you want. I personally tend to think most of it's garbage, like just overproduced poppy garbage. But there are a few artists out there who are doing it correctly, I think. And we've listened to some of them on this channel, I think. So have you listened to any Billy Strings at all?
I've heard of the name. I actually have just recently. Is he a current day artist?
Great artist. You won't be listening to him today, but you will be in the future now that I know this. There are artists like Billy Strings. There are artists like Tyler Childers, who I'm going to have you listen to today. Is one of those artists. And there's also First Aid Kit, who we've done recently, who taps into that really traditional sound of what country music should be and once was. So I'm going to give you the song by probably my favorite artist from the genre, Tyler Childers.
Okay.
And this is a really quick song. It's short. It's live from Red Rocks.
Yeah.
And the song is called Nose on the Grindstone.
Okay. Yeah.
So give it a listen and let me know what you think.
All right, man.
Daddy worked like a mule mining Pike County coal. Fucked up his back and couldn't work anymore. He said one of these days you'll get out of these hills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. See, the ways of this world will just bring you to tears. Keep the Lord in your heart and you'll have nothing to fear. Live the best that you can and don't lie and don't steal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Well, Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's too much in this world I can't seem to shake. But I remember your words, Lord, that bring me to chills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Keep in mind that a man's just as good as his word. It takes twice as long to build bridges you've burnt, and there's hurt you can cause time alone cannot heal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Well, Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's too much in this world I can't seem to shake. But I remember your words, Lord, they bring me to chills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Keep your nose on the grindstone.
I absolutely love this song, man.
Are you serious?
Loved. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Loved
good.
it. I mean, pouring his heart out, man. It's right
Oh,
there.
it's so raw. So raw.
I would actually, because you were, I was getting this feel from the other side, this kind of real country. And that's the style, that's what he was bringing to the song. But that was a lot of his inflection. That was a lot of his kind of the way his voice, the very beginning, it was a very kind of like, it was almost like I'm not trying to be funny, but as though he would have shouted out, yeehaw, the way he kind of threw those first words out, it was that kind of like, and then he kind of like sort of fixed himself a bit. And then at the end, I was like, what the hell? Like, he had me from beginning to end. I think that's one of the rare songs that I'm not stopping it to say anything. I'm just letting it go. I didn't dare. It was just that powerful. I mean, he's talking about his daddy, talking about, sounds like his daddy was, he worked like a mule. So a hardworking guy. Something happened to him. I think he effed up his back. I was furiously writing down these lyrics because I was totally in, like, from the first lines.
It's beautiful storytelling.
One day you'll get out of here. These hills. So you always had to like have that word that like rhyme with pills, because that's powerful. Yeah, basically live the best you can, no lying or steal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. That was it. Yeah. And that was the repeat line. And then right at one point, right, he's singing like, "Daddy, I keep trying. I'm trying, and I can't catch a break." And he explains, like some of the things he's going through. And then his acoustic playing while he's singing all this, just hitting those notes. I mean, it's just him and the guitar and his emotion.
And that's all you need, man. That's all you need.
He had me
like
there.
This.
He had me there, and what's so beautiful about the song, I mean, it's sad, right? Because, this is a guy who's at a point of his life, he's looking back on what his dad, probably a hero to him, someone that, definitely was, definitely said, the way he lived his life, the words that he said, he's trying to live by that, right? Very important to him, but he's human. He's going through a lot of struggles, and he's trying to, he's saying, I'm trying to, and I just can't catch a break. And then he sings, "A man's as good as his word," talks about a burning bridge. And then he says, "I remember your words, Lord, they bring me the chills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills."
Yeah. And it's the way he says chills.
Yeah.
Almost this like desperate laugh, or like shit, like he just does this sound with his voice, and it's like it only adds to the weight and the magnitude of the content that he's delivering, right? Which is already heavy as shit. I mean, this stuff is so, and it's a story that I wonder is not perhaps universal to a demographic that's not very well represented in kind of like our culture. And that's like the sort of opiate riddled, natural resources industry dying, Appalachia.
I was about to say Appalachians. Yeah.
And it's like no place has the opioid epidemic hit worse than Appalachia.
Yeah.
No area since the Rust Belt is being hit as hard as it is now. And I don't want to get political on why that is. All it's about is it's still a story that's out there and needs to be heard and told. And it's interesting perspective. And I wonder like how many people can relate to this song more than even you and I are now, who live outside of sort of that kind of danger area. And I don't mean danger area like the people are bad, or I just mean it's threatened. It's threatened by a drug issue, and it's threatened by an economic issue. And those two things can be quite an awful perfect storm when they happen. And this is generational, right? He's talking about it, his dad, and his dad probably had similar advice bestowed upon him by his pappy. And it's just, it's interesting. It's really heavy and really interesting and evocative, even though it's very literal.
Yeah, he has me there. You know, I'm basically sitting there, you know, like right there, almost like as he's singing, like I'm on a stage with him, just looking up, and it's that personal. And it's almost as though like the ghost of the father is, you know, is there. It's incredible, you know, how he was able to kind of just, you know, just create all that. Just that, you know,
his
right
voice
there.
is such a throwback too. I really love how his voice is, it kind of reminds, his delivery kind of reminds me, and this is going to sound maybe silly to you, but Andy Hall from Manchester Orchestra, sort of that always on the verge of breaking when
I love his voice.
When he's emoting his words, it's visceral and it almost breaks at the end of almost every line, but it's the best kind of almost breaks, because all of the subject matter is enough to almost break you. So it's like, how perfect or serendipitous is it that the story matches the voice that's delivering it?
Right.
And I love that dynamic. That's why I like Manchester stuff. That's why I really love the way he delivers this. And it's more, to me, this is more of a bluegrass way of singing than it is a direct country way of singing.
Right.
And I really, really enjoy that. And just this verse, keep in mind that a man's just as good as his word. It takes twice as long to build bridges you've burned, and there's hurt can cause time alone cannot heal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Like, that's so, that's just so damn profound in its direct simplicity. But oh man, it can resonate with you. And it reminds me of so many. This is the kind of thing where if I had 2 bottles of wine and listened to this song, like, it would get me thinking about my dad, to be honest with you. Just that relationship of someone, you know, you're the person you look up to bestowing information on you that you know is from a place of love. You know, I'm privileged to have had that, and anybody else who is, that is as well. But it's always something that I go back to whenever I hear anecdotes, like a paternal anecdote. And this song is like an entire one. And it's really beautifully written and sung. And I just loved the live performance. I was desperately trying to find one for this for you, because you needed his voice. It's one of those rare voices that's better live than it is, I think, even when it's recorded, because it captures the raw kind of aura to his music. So I'm glad I did. Here's hoping it doesn't get copyrighted or anything. And I am so glad you like this, because I know through conversations with you before that country can be a little wishy-washy or, you know, hit or miss with you from time to time. So I'm glad this
old roots country. I love a lot of that stuff. The George Jones, the Merle Haggard, Buck Owens. I mean, I could just go down the line. And what I like about that is kind of it's connected to this, you know, where a lot of that, you don't have today's sort of pop country, that sounds almost like, this mainstream pop that you hear all the time. That's what this today's country has sort of like, taken on that kind of, sounds like, pop and country. It's like the same thing. And
It's really bad.
It's not my dad's country. It's not my parents' country. It's not my, and I love that. I love that kind of stripped down, and that, what's really great about this is that he sings it in a country and it delivers in a country style. But he could have just actually, he could have toned it down, and like, this could have been more like a folk or like a blues sort of delivery too, and not tone it down. I mean, I think just, the way he definitely has that country voice, and he belts that out. So when he's belting it out, then I'm hearing that. But this,
he's the real McCoy. I mean, you can hear every bit of the Kentucky in his
that's
voice.
where the country's coming from. But this, to me, this is more a folk / blues kind of, because that's what he's singing, the blues. He's singing the blues, and you got that alternating sort of with the guitar, it's like a folk blues, where he puts his country boy ass, into that, and he's singing his country ass off. And he needed to do that because, it's emotional, he's kind of going up and down, when he's kind of singing that whole about the pills, that's what his voice is at the lowest. And then when he's like, what my daddy said, and he said, and then it comes down, but it's like, he's all over. Think about it. He's like,
and when he talks about his response, he's like, I'm trying. When he says, I've been trying,
I'm trying. Yeah.
Like goes up like one would when they're at their wit's end. Like, I'm trying, Dad.
He's at his wit's end. This guy is at his wit's end right now. And his daddy's ghost is right there. And he's being haunted by it. It's and he's like, holy crap, he told me don't
not
do
to
it.
do this.
It's so it's like desperation. That's a desperation that's coming out of that guy's voice when he's going high like that. It's so good. It's so good.
And it's it's also one of those things where, of course, the first thing you would think of after you fucked up is the first thing you would think of would be the person who told you how not to and to not do that. And it would come in the voice of like your father or your mother or whoever instilled that in you, and they're not there anymore. And you realize that you put your foot in it. And of course, the voice in your head that's telling you put your foot in it is that of the person who told you to never, to never put your foot there. So it's, I think it's really relatable. And just an everyman song, every person's song. Let's not kid ourselves. And I just really, really liked it. And I thought when I got your reaction to First Aid Kit, I was like, all right, then this inspired me to move it to Tyler Childers. And I now knowing this, like I have other great Childers songs in my pocket that I would love to bust out on you at some point. And again, like if for nothing else, just to like, sprinkle a little bit more of those seeds of country, folk, and bluegrass that you have already in your kind of, rotation, add another one, because this guy can write a hell of a song and deliver it.
This is great, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, my guy.
Take us out, man.
All right, everybody. If you like the song or want to share your thoughts on it, the comment field is down there. We'd love to see what you have to say. And that's right, Greg. You'll find it, Greg. Don't worry. I'll show you.
Oh, I'll find it. People like, you should have used that version. You should have used that version. Why'd you use that one? The live version's better. Oh, wait, this is the live version. No, but that live version. There's another one.
Yeah, exactly. But let us know. Give us a like, subscribe. Greg's only joking. He loves you guys, please. But yeah. And on that note, we'll see you next time on Into the Music.
See ya.